The option to add custom tabs to your admin views has also now been added. It's very easy to implement, and I'm sure it's going to be a whole lot of more freedom and yeah, just a lot of options coming to the table in adding this. So I'm going to demonstrate that just simply using the demo component. So how you would add a custom field is custom tab is to go to the admin view where you want to add the custom tab. You'll see there's now a new icon here called the admin custom tabs. You could either click here to add them or just go into the view, and then under settings you'll see there is under the tabs area there's now this new button, create admin custom tags for this admin view. It has a little bit of a note here which is just saying you can add more custom tabs to this admin view. These tabs generally used for static HTML content or Ajax generated field content, fields or content. You cannot have an admin view with only custom tabs. They can only be used as an add-on, not a standalone. So if you want to do an admin view which is not really a field related, just completely out of the box, then go with custom admin views. That is where you want to do that. But if you got like tabs which has fields and you want to do something slightly more amongst those, then this is what you need. So we'll basically click on that and it'll take us to an area where you can now add these necessary values. So you'll basically click on plus. Now it will show you a list of the tabs that you have already created in your admin view. So you first need to create all the tabs that you usually would actually add for your various fields, layouts, and even if you have linked whatever, you know, all the tabs need to be set up, then only add your custom tabs. So you could select which one. So I'm gonna say I want to add it to more, and then there is basically a position of the custom tabs before more or after more, which is really only going to be nice if we're going to do details and we select before. It means it will become the very first tab, and so that's really where it becomes quite nice, this targeting option. And we'll then give it a name. I'm just going to call it another look. You can add permissions to this tab, which would automatically use this name in relation to the view name and a little string called view tab as a permission in your component's permissional area. Now I'm going to first not do that and then show you the code, and then do it and show you the code. Now you can also, in this HTML area, you can target PHP with this normal HTML implementation of PHP amongst it, and you can add multiple tabs by writing all the tab code out, but I'm not going to explain much of that. If you are advanced enough to know how to add your own tabs, then JCB will detect the opening and the closing of the tabs, and it wouldn't add it, you know, also. Let me explain. Maybe, yeah, let me explain this. If we look in the look area, you'll see that it has a little thing here which basically adds the tab, which is this JHTML bootstrap add tab and then bootstrap end tab. So if you were to, you know, copy this, for example, and placed it in here, then JCB will detect that it has these two values and it won't add tabs again. And this sort of helps you break out of JCB's tab implementation and your tab name. So now that will give you the freedom of adding more than one. You tab your second tab name, and okay, we can then change this to just some text, and do the same over here. So basically you are replacing what is going to be displayed, and we could take this out, and that will work. So now you've got two tabs, and it is being targeted before the selected tab, and you can add permission to wrap around both or none, as we're going to first demonstrate. So I'm first going to demonstrate it with this tabs text in, and save and close. Now we just need to compile our component and install to see it in action. So I'm going to go here and compile and install. Then go to the admin backend and open looks and click on name, and now we'll see tab and tab. Okay, we have a problem here, just hold on, let me see. My mistake, I didn't give it in unique names here, so let me just quickly do that. So going back to our custom tab, I'm just clicking on that. We need to give it here a unique name, so I'm going to call it, let's say, just something like that, just something unique that the tab can be identified with, and then compile, install. Obviously you do something more neat. And if we refresh now, it should work. So here is our two tabs. Again, things don't look right, so let me go back. What have I done wrong this time? Aha, I didn't echo this, so this must be echo. Now the other thing I can do is I can bring this a little closer. Just make it, oops. Okay, now let's try again. Oh no, what now? Let's see. I added that to close. Okay. Okay, now it says some text, some more text, and it's working as expected. Now let's make a few changes here. Again, let's just look at the code before we do that. So we see that it's added the code here, and it's really just basically took the code I added and dumped it in here. That's it. And it's done it before the details tab as we set it to do behave. Now let's do it without this custom tabs. So here we go back and we basically take away everything that could be considered complicated. So just like that. So we would just want to do some text, and let's copy that and put that in here, some text, and maybe another look, and we want to do another one like that. So instead of now adding the tabs into one, two of them, we just add two tabs. We put both before the selected details tab, and we click save, and we compile and install. Again, I didn't add permissions because we're going to get to that part in a moment. And save. And so now we have another look and the second look, and it still got added in the correct order and before details and with all the tab functions, because going to the script we see that since JCB detected that these, well, basically that this value and this value, these two values, were not there, it added everything that you needed. So you only had to add this, and it added this values as well as these values for you per tab. And it also did your nice little unique naming and everything else. So now, to make it even more exciting, you can now basically go to the admin view, again going to custom tabs, and just click here on permission to add permissions. Now this permission structure would mean that some groups can view these tabs and other groups cannot view them, and that becomes part of your component's features. So you'd save that and basically compile. And install to see the code that was generated. So now we'll see that it has added this can do get look another look view tab. So this value here and this value here is the same. And so the second view tab and another look view tab is now become a permissional switch in your component. And that will mean that if you go to the component, like we have it here, those two tabs show up. But in the options of the component, going to permissions and scrolling down, you'll see that there is now a new switch. Let me just see. Looks view another look tab and looks view the second tab. And you can now per group control who can actually view another look. So this is just that, changing that. Now I'm in the super admin tab, so I can't fully demonstrate that, but it will basically hide or show the tab based on the user group, which is a nice to have feature if you want to give that functionality to your clients using your components. That's simple as adding that little switch there. So you could add, I think we've made it that you can add about 5 or how many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 custom tabs. Yeah. If it becomes too few and some of you feel you want more, yeah, give us a issue on GitHub. We felt like if it becomes too many, the screen size is actually not going to work out well. But okay, so you could change instead of it being you can change this to being after the details tab and save and close, and this will automatically give you that option to change the position of where the tabs load in relation to the other existing tabs of your component. So like I come out here, go to looks, now here, and we'll see now it details, then it is the other looks, and then it's more, and real easy with this custom Joomla fields we've demonstrated in other tutorial. And so all of your tabs show up as expected and is working well. Now I hope you can find this new functionality quite useful. I know some of you have requested this specific custom tab feature in the past, and it's now available to you to be used. And yeah, thanks for watching.